Hello friends, I welcome all of you on my YouTube channel, that is Medical Biochemistry by Pauline Gandhi, and this video is about beta oxidation of fatty acid and the energy which is generated by the beta oxidation pathway. So as we all know, the beta oxidation required the preparatory steps. Okay, so these steps are required for the starting of main pathway. These steps are known as the preparatory steps. So these steps are required for the transfer of fatty acid molecule which are generally present in the cytoplasm, and from that we have to transfer it to the mitochondria, because beta oxidation will occur in the mitochondria, right? So first step in the preparation, that is the activation of fatty acid. So fatty acid will be activated to fatty acyl CoA with the enzyme thiokinase. The name as it suggests is a kinase. So whenever you see the suffix of kinase in the enzyme, that means it is related to the energy. So thiokinase will utilize ATP and it will form AMP plus pyrophosphate. So two high energy bonds are utilized. Next step in the preparation of the pathway, that is transfer of that activated fatty acid from the cytoplasm to the mitochondria. So this fatty acyl CoA which has been formed in the cytoplasm cannot traverse the mitochondrial membrane. So that's why that function will be carried out by the carnitine, that is one of the tripeptide. So carnitine will form fatty acyl carnitine with the help of enzyme carnitine acyl transferase 1. So carnitine acyl, that means transfer of carnitine to the acyl group with the help of this enzyme. That's why the name of enzyme is carnitine acyl transferase 1. And now this fatty acyl carnitine is able to cross this mitochondrial membrane. So it will cross the mitochondrial membrane with the help of enzyme which is present within the mitochondrial membrane, that is translocase, and now the fatty acyl carnitine is inside the mitochondria, and this fatty acyl carnitine again reconverted to fatty acyl CoA. So this activated form, so fatty acyl CoA has finally reached into the mitochondria, and now it can enter for the beta oxidation. And this step is carried out by the CAT2, that is carnitine acyl transferase 2. So with the help of CoA, the carnitine is released, and this carnitine will be sent back to the cytoplasm for binding of more molecule of fatty acyl CoA. So this is how the preparation for the beta oxidation will occur. Okay, so this fatty acid, first it has been activated, then it has bound to the carnitine, it has formed fatty acyl carnitine, it has transferred mitochondrial membrane with the help of enzyme embedded in the mitochondrial membrane, that is translocase, and again it has been reconverted to the fatty acyl CoA with the enzyme CAT2, and now this substrate is ready for the beta oxidation. So now we are moving further for the pathway itself. So this pathway consists of 4 sequential reactions. Okay, and at the end of one cycle it will form one molecule of 2 carbon compound, that is acetyl CoA, and one molecule of acyl CoA which is of 2 carbon less than the parent compound. Okay, so this would undergo the same series of reaction until the whole fatty acid molecule is completely oxidized. So moving further for the pathway of beta oxidation. So this is the fatty acyl CoA which has entered into the mitochondrial membrane. First step in the beta oxidation, that is FAD linked dehydrogenation. The enzyme which is used, that is known as acyl CoA dehydrogenase. The cofactor which is used, that is FAD, which is converted to FADH2, and the product which is formed, that is transenol CoA. So when we talk about the palmitic acid, here you can see palmitol CoA will be converted to the transenol CoA. Here you can see the 2 hydrogen molecule are released which is bound to the FAD, and it has formed FADH2, and now there is a formation of double bond at the alpha carbon. Next step in the beta oxidation, that is hydratase. So by the addition of H2O, this enol-CoA will be converted to hydroxy-acyl-CoA. And when we talk about the palmitic acid, this enol-CoA with the help of hydratase will be converted to hydroxy-acyl-CoA. So in this reaction, there is a breakdown of double bond between alpha and beta carbon with the help of water. Okay. So what is the difference between hydratase and hydrolase? When the enzyme hydrolase works, it causes the breakdown of molecule by degrading the bond, whereas in hydratase it will break the double bond within the molecule, so it does not produce two molecule compounds, right? So that is different between hydratase and hydrolase. Next step, that is NAD-link dehydrogenation. It is same as FAD-link dehydrogenation, except it utilizes NAD as a cofactor, and NADH is produced, and the product which is formed, that is ketoacyl-CoA. So for palmitic acid, hydroxyacyl-CoA will be converted to ketoacyl-CoA with the help of hydroxyacyl dehydrogenase. So here again there is a removal of these two carbon, okay, which has formed the keto compound. And fourth step, that is the thiolase. So thiolase, when the word suffix lase comes in the name of enzyme, that means there is a breakdown of molecule, and the prefix, that is a molecule which is used for the breakdown of particular substrate. So thiolase, that means there is a breakdown of molecule with the help of thio group. So this substrate will be degraded into two compounds, that is one molecule of acetyl-CoA and one molecule of acyl-CoA, that is of 2 carbon less than the parent compound. So when we talk about the palmitic acid, that is 16 carbon compound, will be degraded with the help of thiolase. It will form the one molecule of acetyl-CoA and one molecule of acyl-CoA, which is of 2 carbon less compound than the parent compound. So that's why it is C14, because parent compound is of 16 carbon, that is palmitic acid. So now again this 14 carbon compound will enter into the cycle, and these 4 steps are sequentially occurred, and again it will form the second molecule of acetyl-CoA and second molecule of acyl-CoA, which is again 2 carbon less than the parent compound. So by that way it will enter into the cycle, and cycle will be repeated until whole molecule is oxidized. So when we talk about the palmitic acid, once it has formed the 14 carbon compound acyl-CoA, that will again enter into the reaction cycle. Again 12 carbon compound is formed, again it enters into the reaction cycle. So by that way it has to undergo 6 times repeat cycle. Okay, so it will enter into the cycle total for 7 times, and in repeat it will be for 6 times. So what is the energetic related to beta oxidation? As we all know, beta oxidation is an energy yielding pathway for the fatty acid. So first step, that was activation, that is the preparatory step, that was activation of fatty acid, in which we have seen that 2 high energy bonds were utilized. So 2 ATPs were utilized in the activation phase. Then in each cycle 1 molecule FADH2 is produced, that will enter into the electron transport chain, that will generate 2 ATPs. Again NADH, that will enter into the ETA cycle, and it will produce 3 ATPs. And when acetyl-CoA will enter into the TCA cycle, and when it will oxidize completely, it will produce 12 ATPs. So one TCA cycle will produce 12 ATPs. So this ATP utilization is only for the one time when the fatty acid will be activated, and these ATPs are formed per cycle of reaction. So when we talk about the palmitic acid, so this is 16 carbon compound, that is of palmitic acid. At the end of first cycle there is a formation of 14 carbon compound and 1 molecule of acetyl-CoA. Again this 14 carbon compound enters into the series of reactions, and again it will form the 12 carbon compound and second molecule of acetyl CoA. So total this cycle occurs for the 7 times, and at the last cycle, in the last cycle, there is a formation of 2 molecule of acetyl CoA. So total molecule of FADH2 are produced, that is 7. So 7 FADH2 will produce 14 ATPs, 7 NADH molecules are produced, that will produce 21 ATPs, and 8 molecule of acetyl CoA are formed, which will produce 96 ATPs. So total 131 ATPs are produced for the complete oxidation of palmitic acid. But as we have seen, there is a utilization of 2 high energy compound for the activation of fatty acid. So 2 ATPs are used, and the net energy that we yield from the 16 carbon compound, that is 129 ATPs. Okay, so this is how the energy is produced from the different fatty acids. So hope you like my video. Kindly subscribe our YouTube channel for more videos, that is Paulin Gandhi, and if you have any query you can mail us on pautak@gmail.com. Thank you.